Daniel's chapter 2, verse 44. The headline reads, the headline reads, the divine kingdom, the divine kingdom. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom should not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold. The great power, the great God has made known to the king which shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh, the Wadi Abashim, Yahushua, for giving us the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Aki, and pushing the word in sincerity and truth, and being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come. And what is to come? Race wars, famine, concentration camps, starve ID chickens, and market of peace. 200 million Mississippi slaves of America. Simultaneously, the churches of the Lord lift up the hopeful elect into the chambers. Simultaneously, the churches of the Lord lift up the hopeful. Simultaneously, the churches of the Lord shooting laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens. Rightfully so. Hey, I brought this out of the Lord to the course of this video. Just a vessel seeking salvation out of this filthy place, spiritually known as Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, and all of the filthy customs they have taken upon. Right now, the time is 9:57 a.m. in the morning, 2025, April 12th, 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on our Joshua. Yeah, so I was watching the brothers' videos up in Texas, and one of the elder brothers said something, and it clicked this video. It clicked the thought in my mind, and so I came across what you can see on the screen is already yours, you know. But he said it's already set. And then I read the headline for so I put them both together. It says the divine kingdom, it is already yours. Let me say it again. The divine kingdom, it is already yours. So I add a couple more words in there just to magnify it. And because he said, the brother said, I'm gonna let the other brother say it. And move on. Because he said something in this video, and I was like, wow. It's the Shalom to Shaquan Ariala. Shalom. So here we go.
Lord willing. But if you get yourself into a mental hang-up and you stay there and you don't remember the comfort of the Lord, you don't remember there's a way out, because this world can feel like a maze. And you know, you've been, I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever done one of the places where you try to find an escape room, you try to figure it out, and the pressure of this society, and you forget, oh, deliverance is already set. Right.
Deliverance is already set. So that's what he said. And I was like, wow, I was trying to find a meme for that, but couldn't get one. So this one's just the one that came to the forefront. So, and I read this verse, these two verses, because of the headline, and it was already told. It was in it. Oh, two words in this thing here, in this verse right here, right? So the word sure, right? And what was the other word? There was another word. What was you? We'll read the verses again. It says, Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. And in that day, and in that days, and in the days of those kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And that's the kingdom of heaven. And that's the ones that have that kingdom is you Negroes, the Spanish, and Native Americans. All right. Oh, the word certain. Might have been. Oh, it was in the other translation. So reading on, and the kingdom shall not be left to which should never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people. So it's already told that the kingdom to come, this kingdom that's about to come, is going to be left to it's not going to be left to another people. And when you read up, if you can go into more. He's explaining what happened to. Let me get the breakdown real quick. Let's go. We're just gonna read all the. He gave the interpretation of the Babylonian, the first kingdom, the Media, Persian, and Greece, right, which is right after. It was the Babylonians, then it was Media, Persia, then it was Greece, right, and then the Romans, right, and then that divine kingdom, which is about to come, which is already yours, which is already set. The divine kingdom is already set. That's going to be the headline for this. That's going to be the title for this video. The divine kingdom is already set. Because the elder brother Ariala said it's already set, and that's what triggered this video. So I was like, whoa. So you could read the majority of that. And it's going to explain in the vision that the king had that Daniel broke down. Because who gave him the interpretation? Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's how Daniel was able to break it down. So, hold on, I want to see something here. Let me see. I was looking at I had a few other verses, but I was not going to get them. Salakia. I think it was okay, it was a different chapter that I saw. Okay. But the word sure, therefore, right. So let's read on. And the kingdom shall not be left to the other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. And that's going to start with Yahweh Shah. Okay. Okay. And he's going to break in pieces because let's read on. All right. And consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the divine kingdom is already set. And we just gotta. It's a process. We gotta wait. We gotta go through the process, and all these things that's happening. And he said a lot of different things that led up to that, and which was dynamic because this world got a lot of pressure going on. There's a lot of things going on around us. But we have to endure. Right? That's the part we have to endure. And learning this and learn this truth, and then we're like, wow, there's a lot to it. This is making us. It's not breaking us. And I was calculating, how long I've been doing this, doing the ministry. And I was like, wow, the Lord has had mercy on me from getting me to this point. And I met these brothers, Yashawamba, Ariala, and they came down to the New York camp, and I met them. So they've been doing. I remember when they had what's the name of their first chapter, their first account. Man of Sorrow, Somewhere Sorrow. I forgot how it went, but it was so long ago. But that's how long we've been doing it, because so many accounts has been deactivated, been attacked. We've been attacked by bringing out this truth. He said something. No, he said just being a watchman, it's it makes you like upset. He said something else. Let's see how far it goes back. We're gonna hear that again.
You know, gotta know what you're up against, man.
Yep.
Reprobates. And really, what's the solution? The solution is the kingdom.
Right.
See?
Okay? And a big part of the problem with women is the weak men that rule the world. Okay?
Yep.
So we can, in the small hats, all of these things got to be addressed.
Yep. They encourage disorder.
Yep.
It could be you. Reason why you have a problem with the woman too.
Yep. It could be you.
You acting like a bitch. That's when
You gotta
woman
speak
get. Usually, if your woman starts acting bitchy, it's because you in that spirit. You know.
A lot of times.
A lot of times. You know.
Yep. Sirach 30 and 25. A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet.
Yeah, I mean, because when you eat bad, basically you're punishing yourself. You know, I was just literally on the way up here. I was watching this one dude who he lost 100 pounds, working out now, trying to be better. But he was like, bro, I would eat because I didn't like myself, and I would eat food that I knew I shouldn't be eating, but I'm punishing myself because it's something mental against myself. Man. You know,
Drugs. And the food and drugs. And we're in different times. So you have to be mindful, man. Everything you got to temperance scriptures, you know. Got to know what you're up against, man.
Yep, and we all have done it, man. I've done it.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm battling back. You know, I run up. Yeah, y'all know me.
Yep.
But you go through a whole bunch of shit, and you gotta catch yourself, man.
Gotta
Before
get
it
back.
gets too bad, man.
Yep.
Cause I want to make it on the charity, bro.
Conclusion like, damn.
Yeah.
I was consuming too much.
Salakia, I'm trying to find the part where he said something about the watchman.
Okay. You have to be intentional about it. Remember, the apostles, everybody started going in on the herbs.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Over a decade.
Salakia, I'm gonna have to bypass that part. But he said mentioning about being a watchman. It's a lot of, you get you be frustrated, waiting. But our job is to endure. That's our job. And like I said, the divine kingdom is already set. That part what he said is already set. Now the headline reads for these two verses where it says the divine kingdom is already set. It's already set. We already won. We just got to play this out. And I was talking to an individual. 1,000 years to man is one day to the Lord. So we're going through the process. 2,000 years ago, our king went to the spirit world. Now he's sitting on the right hand side of Yahweh, waiting to come back, which only Yahweh. And I told him, I said, who's the king of time? He didn't know. I said, only one that never came into the time was Yahweh. Everybody else had to come here on the earth. Yeah. So we all experience different times. We reincarnate. Now this is the last time. Whatever part we played back then in during the time of the Babylonians, during the time of the Media Persia, during the time of the Greeks, during the time of the Rome, during the time of right now. It's all now we get to the point where we are at the end of this thing. And it tells you that we're gonna win right here. It just told you that we're gonna win. It says that that's gonna stand forever. All right. Daniel chapter 2, verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain with our hand, and that broke in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. Okay, so that's gonna be Yahushua, the kingdom. He's coming back to give the kingdom to the predestinated ones, which are gonna rule forever. So the divine kingdom is already set. It's already yours. So, that just inspired me to do a video. And I was just like, well, man, if we the ones, he said, our brothers are, I'm a man of the Lord. I make it out of here. I want to see this same thing he said. I concur. I want to see this place go down. No, something just happened before I turned the camera on. I was like, man, I should fuck it, bro. We gotta go for the goal. You know what I mean? We looking for gradually these things to disappear out of our minds, out of our ways, so we don't have to worry about it no more. And as long as we take hold onto the kingdom, which is all, the divine kingdom is already set. So we know it. He says, the great power has made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. The dream is, there go the word, the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. It's sure, certain and sure. Right? So I'll look at the word certain. Right?